Hey, welcome to Hanamau Drive, and this is the video number 2 where I finally get to drive 2023 BMW X3 M40i and 2026 BMW X3 M50 on the twisty roads. This is the chance to see what is the difference in BMW's driving dynamics of G01 platform versus the brand new G45 platform. Well, let's get into this. Alright guys, and first I'm gonna drive 2023 BMW X3 M40i. I'm gonna throw my sport display, I'm gonna throw this car in S mode, Sport Plus, and are we ready? And we are absolutely ready. Let's go. Oof, love how it shifts. So one thing, this car is different, right? Is that it feels more mechanical, right? It's funny to say about this car because in the past, you know, there were BMWs that felt way more raw than this car. And now today, when I'm gonna be referencing this versus X3 M50, I'll say that this feels more raw and mechanical. Well, not raw, but more mechanical, right? All right, first corner in. One thing in the Sport and Sport Plus mode, because this has adaptive M suspension, car quickly tightens up and it gets a little bit more bouncy. And it's a very, very nice feel when you go at the little faster speed. Like when you go faster, you want things to be firmer. Now, the way it gets in the corner, there's a little lean, and then it stays through the corner. It slices it very nicely. Oof. Beautiful engine sound. I really love the revs in here. All right, let's get in. The steering feels really tight and responsive. Car literally is quite bouncy here. And let me just slow down right here. All right, we're not going really fast, but we're going downhill, so that helps to feel the performance and load the front tires. So one thing about how BMWs basically handle like non like real M cars, there is a lean, like I said, and then they stay really planted through the corner. No funny moves. The chassis is super stable. Downshift right here, and then we're staying really well through here. Now my tire's a little bit worn up, but it still stays very well in the lane. Very impressive. Okay, another corner in. This is a joy to drive, guys. This car really handles almost like like a sedan. You can tell it's a higher center of gravity, but still it manages really well. It's amazing how it shifts from left to right, very quick movement, and chassis is very well controlled. Absolutely amazing. We're staying in like a third and fourth gear for the most part. A little downshift, car does it all automatically. That's what I like about Sport Plus. It does really aggressive downshifts and upshifts. All right, another downshift here. Steering feels really nice and tight. Suspension feels really tight as well. Absolutely amazing. Really good grip. Oof. Man, it's amazing how with BMWs, even non-M cars, you can have so much fun, right? Imagine what the X3 M competition would do here. And I'm not even really going fast, but this is enough to just have fun with this car. This car definitely puts a smile on the face with all the revs. All right, now let me go ahead and drive the new X3 M50 so we can discuss what is the difference in driving dynamics in the new G45 platform. All right guys, and I'm now in 2026 BMW X3 M50, and this is the time to drive it on the twisty roads. I'm going to my modes. I'm gonna activate the Sport Plus setting. Transmission is already in S. All right, let's go. We are behind actually a Porsche 911 GT3. Hopefully he's gonna go fast enough for us to not get stuck behind him. So what is all new about this 2026 X3 M50, right? First is steering. Steering is on the lighter side, but it kind of tightens up. And at the faster speed and the more aggressive setup, like right now we're driving on the twisty roads, it is very responsive. That's one thing I kind of do like about it. because it reacts very quickly, right? It's very pointy. This reminds me like a Tesla Model 3, kind of very pointy, and it immediately responds to your inputs. The other thing is the engine. Engine is really like, the upper torque is noticeable here. Like when you step on it, it really delivers power really well. Like it's very potent, and it's certainly faster than the X3 M40i. I mean, it's incredible. And of course, it's amplified through the speakers, so it feels pretty loud, and it's quite amazing. The other biggest part is, of course, the chassis itself, right? Now, what I'm quite impressed in this car is how they were able to stiffen up the chassis so that this body leans are different in this car than, let's say, your X3 M40i or X5. There's almost non-existent. This reminds me Porsche Macan, where in Porsche it's such an experience where, oh, the car thinks there's somebody in front of me, where basically it just does not lean. Whatever you do, the Porsches don't lean. And this feels very similar, as there's literally no body roll. I mean, look at this. Just getting into this, body stays pretty much the same. This is the first BMW, and I drove even the iX. iX is more tuned for comfort, although I haven't driven the new M70. But this is amazing how it stays planted, right, through the corner. And it's certainly quicker car than the M40i. But it just feels different, right? This car feels quite a bit different than the M40i, and this is where I'm gonna quickly talk about this right now. But this is amazing how it stays through the corner. Throttle is very responsive, especially in the Sport Plus. Car is planted, super loud. This feels like I'm driving a supercar, not just some X3 M50. As far as the engine noise, so this B58 is really nice, guys. That's the engine here is what I like the most about this car. And then brakes feel pretty solid, and I'm not even going that fast. This is just a little bit of having fun. Very stable chassis. Very stable chassis, no dancing, no funky move. It does quick bounces just to kind of, because the road is not perfect, right? We are, you know, on a public road. There are a lot of imperfections on this Mulholland Drive, and yet it bounces and it quickly settles in. Where X3 M40i, because of the shorter damping, it kind of feels crushy, right? It pulls you back quickly, This one kind of rebounces in a very nice, settled way, and it just feels very comfy, right? It's impressive, So here's the thing, guys, to basically summarize this, these are kind of like almost like two different cars, right? The X3 M40i puts that joy because you feel that mechanical motion. The car feels kind of, even though this is lower to the ground, but the M40i feels like it reads the road more, it gets more inputs. So there's like more senses activated in the M40i, and then there's a natural body lean, and then it stays through the corner. There's a very nice, you know, engine growl, and then it just blends in really well, and it feels more mechanical, like there's a lot more stuff going on. The M50, the part that I credit the most is the engine. I mean, the engine is just wow, just like really good. I'll say it's an upgrade for the M40i. Now, chassis control is also amazing. I wish they did that, let's say, in M40i, right? The chassis, the body control, they stiffened up the chassis so well that it's just holding it really well. It's not leaning at all. It just stays in place. The part that is different and it's kind of disappointing is that the feedback from the road, right? You're not getting that feedback. This is kind of like driving, you know, Tesla, driving EVs, right? It feels in a way that it's a bit disconnected from the road, right? So this is where it's different than, let's say, your X3 M40i or the older generation of the BMWs. So in some ways, I do like what they did as far as this, you know, the chassis control and the engine, but I'm not sure I like the part how it feels as far as reading the road, the feeling the road, and enjoying, you know, that experience of gliding through the road. There you go. Now let me go ahead and summarize this. So there you have it, guys. I finally completed driving dynamic review of both of these vehicles, the 2023 BMW X3 M40i and a brand new 2026 X3 M50. For video number 1, I drove them in the city and highway. Make sure to watch that video. And video number 2, I got a chance to drive them on the twisty roads. And I just want to quickly summarize what I really think about the BMW and their brand new X3 M50. First of all, I really want to say that I am a little bit sad. Someone who loves BMWs from childhood, I'm sad to see that we're going from this to this. And I'll break it down why. First of all, of course, the looks, right? Looks are subjective, but I think we went from very elegant, classy, beautiful, in some way shy, right? But very aggressive and driver-focused BMW into something like this, which is very modern, high-tech, ultra-modern, I would even say. And don't get me wrong, it's still good because a lot of people who I asked about this car, they actually like it, which is surprising to me, but they do like the new BMW's design. And now, let me break it down piece by piece. So, for example, there are a lot of things I said about this car which I wish it did better, right? For example, better seats, right? And this car delivered. It has firm but nicer, more cushioned seats. Then I also said, hey, you know what? It's a little too firm, right? I really like the firmness in this, but if they could just improve it a little bit, it would be really nice. And they kind of improved it here, right? They increased the damping range in this car. So in a comfort mode, it feels really, really comfortable, unlike this car. And in the sport mode, it actually really tightens up and it delivers, right? Now, the part that I wasn't expecting, but it did happen, is the steering, right? Where we went from something like electromechanical, but more mechanical feel of the steering into something like a video game-like, right? Completely remapped steering, which feels like a video game to me. But it's quick, it delivers, it kind of blends in well with this car. So many people will say, well, there's so many things that improved in this BMW, so what would you not like about it, right? Well, the biggest thing is the full recipe, right? Is that we went from classy, dynamic, heavy feel BMW into something like ultra modern, but that's something that feels like an electric car, right? Literally, if this car, you remove an engine and put an EV in this, it'll feel just right, right? So it is basically that BMW is shifting away from, you know, that heavy feel, driver-focused kind of BMW that we know into something less exciting, less joyful, but more so luxury, more comfortable. Of course, still dynamic, right? BMW cannot make not dynamic cars, but it just does not feel like a real BMW that we know from the past. So even though I'm sad, but unfortunately that's the way BMW is going, and I'm sure a lot of people are gonna like it, whether I like it or not. So let me know what you think. Let me know what are your comments, and are you switching to this car or not? Are you planning to buy one? Do you have one and do you like it? What is your opinion and review on this vehicle? We are about to decide whether we are trading to this car, simply returning our X3 M40i. It's a beauty. I mean, I don't think we had enough time to spend with it, which was 3 years. Or we're getting X5, or we're getting M3, or whatever. So we have to make some decision very, very soon. And let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in my next video.